Going on, everyone? Today's Monday, September 22nd, and today was the amazing night, the series premiere of Gotham. Man, let me tell you, oh, just amazing. It's been anticipated for months, ever since, I think last year, where they finally confirmed that they were going to start the series. A pre-show, a show, before Batman ever, was an idea kind of thing. Anyway, just amazing. The pilot aired tonight on Fox. Just incredible. Um, the acting is honestly amazing. The cinematography, how Gotham looks, incredible. The storyline, mind blowing. So, let me just start off. We got James Gordon. He's a new detective in Gotham in the GCPD. He's played by Ben McKenzie. I saw a little bit of him in Southland. I didn't watch the OC when it was on years ago, but I know he's an amazing actor, and I know that him playing James Gordon is a damn good thing. Not as great as Gary Oldman in, the Dark Knight trilogy, but I think he's going to do the justice. So I can't wait to see the rest of the season and what else he can bring to the show. We've got Harvey Bullock as his partner, played by Donald Logue. Haven't seen much of him. I know he's been on TV a lot, couple movies too, but just amazing. The show starts off, we actually see a young girl, and we all know who it is. It's Selina Kyle. Before she becomes Catwoman and everything, she's a young girl, maybe 12, 13 years old, acting like a cat, jumping off rooftops, being sly and everything, being a thief. Turns out she's a witness to the murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne in the alleyway. And when Bruce Wayne's parents are killed in cold blood by this guy, his reaction, Bruce Wayne's scream, it's kind of like eye-popping. And it kind of reminds you of a bat, almost. It's crazy. And kind of like a hat tip-off to, who he actually becomes. So Bullock and Gordon get to the crime scene, and we see, just like in all the other movies and comics and TV shows, Gordon, he helps Bruce Wayne through this traumatic time, gives him advice, stuff like that. Talks about like a shining light through all the dark times that Bruce Wayne has to go through. And the young Bruce Wayne, played by David Mazouz, I think his name is. Yeah, David Mazouz. And David's acting and portrayal as young Bruce Wayne is very good. He talks about, how am I supposed to go on, and how am I supposed to get, how am I supposed to get through this? I was so afraid I could have done something to help my parents, stuff like that. Just reminds me of what kind of, who Bruce Wayne was in the comics and all that. We see throughout the whole entire episode in this pilot that Harvey Bullock, for some reason, this guy, he is afraid to take on the case of who killed, the Wayne family. And it's strange, why? Because, honestly, there's so much corruption in Gotham that he doesn't want to get in the mix of it, and get himself killed. And also, we see that, at first, he is not happy about having this rookie, hot-headed cop as his partner, because it could also get him, 6 feet under kind of thing. Now, there was this great part. This one sequence, they had like a montage interrogation sequence with Bullock and Gordon looking for information about, who killed, the Wayne family. And at the very end, they bring some evidence to Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler, played by Corey Michael Smith. No clue who this guy is, the actor. I've never seen him in anything, but we're definitely going to be seeing more of him because I think from what we see, looks like he's some sort of like police consultant, like a detective consultant almost. And after that, we meet another DC character, Fish Mooney, played by Jada Pinkett Smith. She is just, she's actually, she used to work for Carmine Falcone, and she's just as maniacal as her old boss. Just crazy. And we meet her and also one of her flunkies, Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, played by Robin Lord Taylor. And he's awesome. He's psychotic from the get go. Just crazy and beating people down with a bat. And we see kind of like a foreshadowing him holding an umbrella for Fish Mooney, and it's just, the penguin, you know, umbrella kind of thing. And by the way, he actually hates being called the Penguin, which is his nickname. Anyway, our boys find a suspect to the murder, a man by Mario Pepper, and he actually has a daughter called Ivy. And it actually is confirmed we'll be seeing more of this family because this little girl Ivy is actually based off of, Poison Ivy, and it's gonna. They've just in the pilot they have thrown in so many names in from the DC universe. It's incredible. And but turns out Mario Pepper is framed for the murder by Carmine Falcone himself and Fish Mooney and all the other people working in the mob. Because the mob is actually getting help from the cops. Who knows who the leak is? We have our suspicions from the MCU, the Major Crimes Unit. So when Gordon finds out about some sort of leak in the MCU, he confronts Mooney about it, but doesn't end well for him. But of course, Harvey, just like in the animated series back in the 90s and the comics, he's very loyal and he, stands up for his partner, even though he doesn't like him very much. Tries to save his life. And then turns out Falcone's men and himself, come in and, stop the whole thing. Because turns out Falcone knew Gordon's father. Falcone he was amazing. He was played by a man, one second. Carmine Falcone was played by a man, John Doman. Oh my god, he is just ruthless and very intimidating, everyone. Oh my god, it was crazy. So he lets Gordon, let everything go and everything, but he has to take out Cobblepot. Obviously, that's not going to happen, especially with Jim Gordon. Throughout this whole entire episode, throughout the whole pilot, we see the crime war and the corruption that grows throughout Gotham, and it's crazy. We see it in the comics, the TV shows, the movies, everything, and we're seeing it again on the small screen in our homes instead of the big screens and everything, and it's still entertaining. It's only been, 2 years since Dark Knight Returns was in theaters, and it's still entertaining to see how rough Gotham is. And this new James Gordon, Mackenzie, he's bullheaded, he's got balls, and he's headstrong and a badass. Just like we all know him as, in the comics and everything else. And I can't wait to see how Mackenzie is going to bring this character to life, to the real Jim Gordon. Hopefully we see Commissioner Gordon. Well, actually, we won't, because Commissioner Gordon doesn't show up, become a character until Batman is around. So maybe we won't see him. Who knows? But anyway, next week's episode, called actually Selina Kyle. Everyone, the promo didn't show much of her though, but we do see some development through with James Gordon and the drama going on in the police department, and also we see Bruce Wayne doing some questionable things to try and conquer his fears. I can't wait for the rest of this show. It's going to be amazing, guys. So, Monday nights, 8 o'clock, Fox 5, Gotham, everyone. Go check it out if you haven't already. Have a good night.